Dan Larson here at the photo booth with a bunch of mail sent into the show by Toy Galaxians like you. Up first, we have Nate from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hang on for 1 sec. Nate sent in a whole box of stuff, just miscellaneous here. We got, I think this is an official Black Series Ray. We've got, oh, these are Clone Trooper helmets for a knockoff Clone Trooper Boba Fett. This is not an original piece. I mean, it's original knockoff. I have a couple of these. I don't know where they come from or what the whole deal with these is, but they have this, like, light in their chest. Hey, just like in the movies. He's also got his lightsaber. I do like the fact that this is Episode 4 New Hope Luke, but he kind of looks like Bespin Luke. There's a couple of these. I'm sure they turn up at cheap flea markets and the like all over the place. We have, I think this is Yogurt from Spaceballs. He's got a button in his back. I don't know if we can press this thing. It is hard to reach. Nope, that doesn't want to be pressed. I do like the different color on his neck here. That's a charming detail on a knockoff. Some other piece. Oh, we've got another Yoda knockoff here. We've got a Darth Vader knockoff. I'm not, you know, as far as knockoffs go, obviously it's not my job to police them. That's up to the license holder. But, you know, some of them can be charming. Some of them are just absolutely terrible. This one's sort of interesting. It's kind of like a miniature version. I'm sure it's not an exact duplicate of the Kotobukiya movie realization version. But it kind of has that sort of future robot-y, over-designed sort of a look to it. So, I mean, this is a pretty cool thing. I think I might have had one of these in the booth before. I'm not 100% sure. This is another. This is just like that light up Luke, except we've got Darth Maul. Oi! Jeez, look at that face. Holy cow. Wow, that is good. The light makes a little more sense on him. I guess, maybe it does. Well, this is sure a thing. Man, that is unique. That is I don't even know what to say about that. We've got some Power Rangers. We've got some Imaginext figures here. Oh, we've got some combat heroes from the G.I. Joe movie. Era, some Happy Meal toy. Oh, no, that's not a Happy Meal toy. I thought that was the Doc Ock Happy Meal toy from the 90s. We've got a Cobra Trooper from the movie. All kinds of fun stuff in here. Oh, does this go with... This doesn't look like... this looks like it could go with a Crocmaster version of one of these Combat Heroes figures. But to my knowledge, they did not make Crocmaster. All kinds of fun stuff here. The other thing Nate did send in were a bunch of Penny Dreadful boxed figures here. I'll be honest, I don't know much. I don't know anything about Penny Dreadful. In fact, I'm not sure I had even heard of it before I opened the box. And these were in there. These all say Convention Exclusive, Entertainment Earth. We've got, who do we got here? I recognize some of the names, except for not Vanessa Ives. I don't know who she is. Dorian Gray, that's familiar. Ethan Chandler, I don't know who that is. Werewolf Ethan Chandler. All right, so that's the same guy. Cool. And this one did not make the werewolf list. And then we've got, because I don't think it existed at the time. And then we've got Penny Dreadful. We got Victor Frankenstein here. So I don't know anything about that. I'll have to look those up. Find out what the story is there. Looks a little League of Extraordinary Gentlemen to me. But I don't know for sure. And then we've got a opened, but still wound up in there, Dexter figure. This is another one that I've never seen any Dexter, so I don't really know the whole story. It does say that on this box here that he's America's favorite serial killer. So, hey, I've got that in my collection now. So, hey, Nate, thank you very much for all the fun stuff. And I'm gonna have to find something to do with all these things. Ooh, that's cool. Up next is Fraser from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I don't know if it's pronounced Fraser. The address label is cut off, and the rest of the name doesn't show. So I don't know if Fraser is a first name or a last. I'm just going to assume it's Kelsey Grammer from the show Frasier, formerly of Cheers, one of my favorite shows of all time. Nate says he was the type of kid that played with stuffed animals as well as action figures. This is Sugar Bear, and that's sort of wanted to focus on this real quick just to say that I thought Sugar Bear, the name, changed when they changed the name of the cereal. It used to be called Sugar Crisp, and then it was called Super Sugar Crisp. And right around 85, they changed it to Golden Crisp, and I thought that's when they dropped all the implications of sugar, even though it's still a ton of sugar. But I actually checked out the current box art as it exists right now, and Sugar Bear is still there, and it still says Sugar Bear on his shirt. So that's crazy. Thanks, Frage, for helping me do a little bit of research and brushing up on my cereal knowledge. Next up is Douglas in Miami, Florida, or at least that's what the return address says. Inside, there's actually a note here that says, "Dear Toy Galaxy, lots of work trying to get this package to you from," and I believe it says Honduras. So that's a little further away than Miami, Florida. And one of those things that's like, holy cow, you know, it's really easy to get sort of insulated in my thinking. I don't want to put this on anybody else. In my thinking, as far as who's watching, and you know, what is the reach of our show here in the channel, and how are we sharing this collecting experience? Who are we sharing it with? Where around the world? So you know, if this is actually from, and I have no reason not to believe that Douglas is not actually in Honduras, that to me is just amazing. It's amazing that someone is there, probably more than one person, watching the show and sharing this whole collecting thing with us and enjoying toys and everything else. So inside the package here, we've got a couple of Build-A-Figure pieces. We've got torsos. The theme here is torsos. And then also a couple of Sandman hands. And then also a couple of pencils. One's Batman. The other is just straight from Disney World. This is the gun. Goes over here. Just snaps right on, just very easily. Right, there we go. And a bunch of cards here. What do we got? Hang on. We have got, well, these are sleeves for cards. That's that. A bunch of sleeves. And then we've got Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh. There's a Jango Fett in there. One related to Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. I know I've seen the word and the games and stuff and things. I don't know anything about it, unfortunately. So I don't know what to do with those cards, if they can actually be played with or done anything with. But also in the package was this cool knockoff Boba Fett, specifically knockoff Power of the Force. 95 or 96, whatever it was, Boba Fett. He's got a little bit of a discolored legs. It looks like he might have had his jetpack ripped off. But this thing is wonky and weird, and I dig it. And thank you very much, Douglas. And thank you for whatever work you had to go through to get those things sent in. I genuinely appreciate it. Next up is Shane from, I don't know, there's no return address on the box, but Shane sent in a few things here. Hang on. So we've got a boxed, let me pitch this up a bit here. Tilt, there we go. We've got a boxed Talia al Ghul from Arkham City Series 4 collector action figure. I don't think, I might have this Nightwing. I don't think I have anybody else from here. I never played the games, I know, sorry. So I don't really know anything about the storylines or the gameplay or anything like that. I know who Talia al Ghul is, that's a cool figure. We've got the DC Multiverse Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. I think I do need that Killer Croc leg, so that's cool. I don't think I have any of these other figures currently. No, I don't. I saw Suicide Squad, didn't love it. Yeah, it had some good moments, had some interesting moments, but not my favorite DC movie. Another Harley Quinn here. I believe in the note Shane mentioned that you can never have too much Harley Quinn, so this is probably doubling or tripling my Harley Quinn collection, because I don't think I actually currently have a Harley Quinn figure in my collection. So he said you can't have enough. I apparently was operating under, I don't have any. But there's some cool effects in here. I don't know what this, oh, this is I don't even know what that is. The box that goes with Lex there. We've got, this is the Spider-Ham van. May have one or two of these already, I'm not sure. And then this Boba Fett Hot Rod. Interesting interpretation of his suit there, and the jetpack and everything as a Hot Wheels vehicle. We've got Snake Plissken from Mcfarlane Toys. This one, Movie Maniacs line from the 90s. Oh, right on 2000. All right. I already have Edward Scissorhands. I had that Spawn figure. No. I had Gene Simmons there. I've definitely got Ash, and then just Edward Scissorhands. None of the others there. The figure should be okay in here still. I'll probably open this up. It's just the bubble that should have yellowed. The figure should still be fine. In that, we've got, this is, I don't know who this is. I've seen Road Warrior, but I don't know her name. Does it say on the back here? It does not. I have owned one or two of these figures before. They did not see through the phasing out of Collection 2.0. So that, and Road Warriors, is, I enjoyed the movie, but it was never like my favorite movie that I felt like I needed to own all the figures for. But this thing is the real gem for me in this collection. I don't know much about the game Killzone, but I do know about translucent action figures especially with translucent weapons. That's fantastic. But this is from what I understand, from my very brief research prior to starting the camera, a Hellgast from the game Killzone. This, I'm going to guess, is probably NECA Toys, early NECA. Or, yeah, I can't tell who made this. Anyway, it's a cool figure. I love that it's half and half here, half translucent, half painted, and then especially the actually stealth or invisible or translucent gun there, the cape. This is all great. I love this figure. That is super cool. And in fact, I had never seen this one before Shane put it in the box. So thank you very much, Shane. This is apparently the Dan in the Photo Booth episode where people send in bulk lots of stuff. Hang on. Stop me if you've heard me say that before. We've got a Mighty Mugs Boba Fett here, a piece I do already currently have in my collection, but I loved Mighty Mugs. To me, I would rather Mighty Mugs were still around than some of the pops. There are still a lot of great pops. I just liked the interpretation of the characters in this form a little more than I do a lot of the pops. But that said, I don't have anything against pops. They're great, except for the cold dead shark eyes on characters that have it just sucks all the life out of them. But the ones where it does work, it's great. Hey, here's a pop right here of Boba Fett. Probably going to have to fix that spring a little. It is sitting awfully high there, making him look ridiculous. We've got a Boba Fett Pez dispenser. This Batman luggage tag. I don't know what that's from, if there's a particular brand or anything involved there. I've never played Fallout, so the Fallout boy, I know that's not his name. I did know his name, and now it escapes me. But I don't know the significance of him within the game other than being sort of a mascot type character. We've got the Boba Fett LED light. What? It's not just a keychain, but a light? How do you turn it on? It does not say how you turn it on. Well, I'll have to figure that out. We've got the Star Wars Boba Fett Slave 1 Flight Navigator stand. All right. Oh, okay. It's kind of like a Star Wars Ring Raider, essentially. Interesting. We've got, I don't know what this goes to. Oh, was there another piece in here? Hang on. So that's the back of this. And I assume, I don't even know what that goes to. We've got this Boba Fett case. I don't know what that's from. Star Wars, and it just says StarWars.com. M&M's guy, a Harley Quinn, so it's a Harley Quinn themed show. Micro Machine Slave 1, all kinds of Boba Fett collectibles. Ah, that's pretty sweet. Look at that. That's a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man #1 cover. That's an enamel pin. That's neat. Pin. Oh, we got the toy box figure. Oh, look at this. I don't know whose artwork this is. That's a pretty cool patch. I don't have like a jacket or a backpack or a bag or anything that I can put that stuff on. I gotta get one of those. We got a Squinky, I think, and a tiny Boba Fett figure from the old Micro Machine stuff. We got a, oh, that's a very sweet, that's a pretty cool keychain. I don't think I'm gonna use it as a keychain. I'll probably just take the keychain off. This Boba, oh, I think this goes with this. And another Fett here. I think I already have this one. I'll have to check. Maybe not this paint variation, if there was more than one. He does that. We've got a couple of, this wind-up tin Fett. There's a Chewbacca skateboard here. Oh, yeah, another one of these. All right, I'm not starting a set. I don't need any more of those. Thank you very much. And then we have, I don't know how Ultimate Warrior snuck in here, but he did. And then we've got Greedo with a blaster. That's cool. And then Bosk, and also a vintage Kenner Fett. And I'm sorry, but I forgot to look up right before I started the camera here what number this is. I think it's in the 460 range. I'll have to check and get back to you on that one. Just follow my Instagram at toygalaxy. I'll definitely be posting a picture of this. Wow, this one's in really nice shape. He's so blue. Oh man, like these are the colors of Boba Fett for me. That is just, the joints are great. He's not missing very much paint. That is a sharp looking Fett. Sharp looking Fett. Terran from, I don't even know if I said who this is from. Terran from Middlesex in the UK. Thank you very much. This is a sharp Boba Fett. Awesome, thank you. Next up is Lawrence from San Francisco. He is each sold separately on Instagram, each sold separately on Instagram. He sent in this fantastic, I don't know what the title of this magazine is, if you can read this up here behind the helmet. It reminds me of Hobby Japan, which I used to pick up all the time in the days pre-internet, when that was the only way you could see the super cool stuff that was available for sale in Japan, and then of course also stuff that was available in the US that would end up in Japan. Like at the time it was Power of the Force Star Wars figures and other things. But oh man, there's just something about being able to hold the magazine in your hand, a little snapshot literally of what's going on in the hobby at that time. You know, pictures of the things that you might not get, you might get, things you haven't been exposed to, stuff that you just, it's just, there's something about having that magazine in your hand. And now that I'm seeing this right now, man, I just wish there was, and hey, maybe there is. Let me know if there's something like this in the US that I could be buying. Because I would totally be picking something up like this and reading this all the time whenever they wanted to publish it. There's just so much cool stuff in here. And even if I wasn't going to buy anything out of this magazine, like the Hobby Japan stuff I have from back in the, I mean, we're talking like in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. I don't know if I bought anything that was ever listed in there because I can't order it. It was just being able to see all the pictures and stuff. So this is really, really cool. I hope there was nothing inappropriate that I was just thinking, remembering back to Hobby Japan, that there would be some occasionally adult sort of themed models or illustrations or whatever. And I was like, oh, I hope I didn't just, you know, flip past any of those. A lot of Kamen Rider stuff in there. We've also got a Gundam Stand Art Freedom Gundam. This is a limited edition for overseas only. There's also another stand art piece in here. I believe stand art basically means it's a statue and there's nothing you can do with it other than just sort of let it stand there. This is Sword Strike Gundam. And then we also have two other Gundam pieces here. These are cool. I haven't had a chance to take a look at these yet. Very excited that these are in here. I saw these for the first time at Toy Fair back in February. We've got the regular RX-78 Gundam and then the tank with the 3 figures. It is my understanding that, you know, so the whole premise here is that you can open these. They're tiny little, almost they're SD proportions, but you can open them up and put a little figure in there, like a little mech suit. But you can only get the figures in this little sort of vehicle accessory pack. So very cool that it's my favorite Gundam, and then also some figures to actually be able to put in there. And then there's one other little box in here that includes, if I can get it out, we've got, this is Kids Nation, Kids Logic, Kids Nation's Decepticon Starscream translucent variant, which is still in the bag here. I think he lights up, but it doesn't look like it's currently working, so I may have to replace the battery on that. I don't know if you can even see that. But it's a pretty cool, adorable little SD, again, proportioned Starscream. So that's very cool. Another very interesting piece, unique piece to add to the both Transformers and Translucent collection. So thanks, Lawrence. And again, I don't have a first name here, but you can check out the Instagram account at Mainly Action Figures, M-A-I-N-L-Y Action Figures. It's all one word. So we've got a Marvel Legends Unopened Scarlet Spider, which that'll help flesh out my Spider-Verse team. I think I'm still missing a few more. I definitely don't have Spider-Punk or Spider-UK. I don't think I have any. I think I only have Jessica Drew. No, I have Jessica Drew, original Spider-Woman, and the one with her, the glasses and the jacket and whatever. But there's others I'm missing. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this was sent out back when I was still trying to build. I'm a little behind on my mail. I was still trying to build the SPDR Build-A-Figure here, so I think this was mostly because it had the arm and I didn't have this figure, so I do appreciate that getting sent out. I have since completed that figure, so I'll probably have to see if I can trade off that arm for something else. The other stuff in the box here are a bunch of these. I can't remember what they're called because I had never seen them before. These are pint-size heroes. This one is for some Mega Man pieces, but in here we've got some Mega Man figures, some Spider-Man figures, and some Power Rangers. This Green Ranger and this Black Ranger are adorable. Just cute stuff that will go on shelves in the background, most likely. So, hey, unfortunately, like I said, I had already finished this figure, but I do appreciate you sending that out. Thank you very much. All right, and these last three we're going to hit real quick here. Jason from Pembroke, Mass. Pembroke? Pembroke. I think it's pronounced Pembroke. I've only lived in New England like my entire life. Got some Caliban Build-A-Figure parts, which is good because I don't know how many of that Caliban wave I was actually going to be picking up. Beast I will probably get at some point. I just haven't seen him anywhere at all. Like, I haven't seen much of that wave at all. And the few figures that I have seen, I'm not even sure that I'm going to pick up. I think I saw Blink, maybe. Okay, Jubilee, he's got these marked. Jubilee, I probably wasn't going to pick up, so that's cool. What do we got here? We got a left leg, and a torso, and a head. So I'm almost there. There we go. 3 more pieces to go. We've also got Adrian from Brooklyn, New York, sent in the Marvel Legends Thanos Build-A-Figure wave from Endgame. Honestly, I wasn't reading the comics when Hawkeye was in his Ronin persona, so I don't know what precipitated that in the comics. I know how it happened in the movie, and I don't know that I love the Hawkeye persona. I do like this figure, though. It's a great ninja figure. I like the inclusion of the swords. I like the fact that this one comes with the Infinity Gauntlet hand. That's great. And then he's got the ninja star throwing hands. So I'm totally down with that. Thank you very much, Jason, for the Caliban parts. Thank you, Adrian, for the Ronin the Ronin Marvel Legends figure. And then lastly, we've got Jeff from Beech Grove, Indiana. Jeff sent in 2 pieces. One, he sent in the translucent Ultra Magnus piece. Look at this, he's got his tiny little rockets and everything there. Oh, I just want to I want to freeze him and put him in a drink or something. And then over here we've got a fantastic, gotta start a pin collection. Got a Spider-Ham, only $10. This is from Mondo. Spider-Ham enamel pin. That's fantastic. That's really, really cool. Jeff, thank you very much. Thank you to everyone. Nate, Fraser, Douglas, Shane, Taryn, Lawrence, Mainly Action Figures, Jason, Adrian, and Jeff. Thank you for watching this and all our videos. Hit like, hit subscribe. Check out our Patreon if you're in the position to help the channel grow. Thanks. Later.